Hopefully this will work. Oops. Please don't turn off. Okay. That seems good enough. That's alright. The lighting is kind of off and weird because it's daylight and this, like, the sun's going down. Today's August 22nd, 2022. I don't believe that people actually, excuse me, I still don't believe that people actually watch me. I don't believe that. I know that I sound really like schizophrenic when I say, you know, I put it all out there on the internet. Well, how do I know the internet even fucking is real? Like, some of the times when I interact with people, I have no idea until I meet them face to face whether or not it's something that is tangible, realistic, real, you know, in this world. Okay, so I put up a couple more videos about what I was thinking after that other live that I had earlier today. And I was rudely interrupted, mind you. I have no idea why I got cut off, but then again I do, because I'm naughty and I talk about things I shouldn't talk about. So, yeah, then I'm just hopeful for death. Because I'm like, well, if I talk about this stuff and you hate me for it, then maybe you'll kill me. Maybe my actual, you know, dreams will come true. And the worst part is that I don't want to get lured into falling in love with someone again, or falling for someone and like falling in love with this baby, say. That's sad. That is so sad. Somebody had told me, okay, so I am in a positive mood. I know it sounds like I'm just ranting and raving. I am fairly positive right now. I went to the butterfly sanctuary, just the field there. I walked around for a minute. I couldn't do much because I'm very tired. 9 months pregnant is not fun. So, I'm, you know, actually 10 years ago, you know, in October, obviously, when I had my daughter, that's when I, like, she was born at 38 and a half weeks. And that's the exact timing I'm at right now. But they induced me last time because of my preeclampsia. And now I don't get any prenatal care because I'm scared. Like, I had to run away because I'm scared of everybody, and everybody hurts me, and everybody is just gaslighting me to think that everything's okay, and all they do is just hurt me more and more and more progressively. When I was in the butterfly field, I had told people about what the encounter that I had over at the pavilion area there at the this little park. And this man and I had spoke for a while, and then when I went to try to just tell him that, you know, well, it was nice chatting with you, thank you for allowing me, he gave me a little bit of what was called bubble hash, which was like a compressed still sort of hash marijuana. So I had that, I hit it, and it was such a high percentage that I sat there for a moment and I thought, holy shit, did he just like inject me with something? Like, did I just have something that was too much? Sometimes when I have too much THC, I get a little paranoid too. Then I was like calmed down, everything sort of regulated itself. And I was trying to just be polite. He was telling me about his story. His story was interesting because he said that he thought I was, aw, thank you, glowing. That's what actually, and this I think is just the lighting, obviously, and I might be kind of like, because I put a little bit of like foundation on. It was that BB cream or whatever. I try not to put stuff on my face because then it just clogs you up. The guy that I talked to today, he didn't look like he was in his 60s. It was a war vet, and I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's having a good start to their week, too. Let's see. I put it on this side so I could actually be able to read the comments. I'm doing well. How are you? That's funny. There's so many people that are, like, even that guy I was talking to at the end when I was telling him I had to go, he was like, you know, I could help you give birth. He's like, it's the most beautiful thing. And he was talking about pregnancy sex. And I was like, boy, what is wrong with you? Like, did you not hear what I just fucking told you? Like, I don't know. I'm doing okay, actually. I'm in a pretty good mood because I actually did get paid from YouTube, which I don't believe that stuff either. I don't believe I'm actually getting paid for this stuff. I just think eventually money will come and it'll just happen and there'll just be money and I can just buy whatever I want and to keep me happy, because I was so sad, and even sad growing up, because all the gifts I got teddy bears until I was 15 years old. So I don't care what anybody says. Like, I was very sheltered, and I was made sure that, you know, the stuff that I was involved with was not heinous like my brothers. And I learned a lot later in life how men were and how everything is just super weird. Let's see. You know, this baby's probably going to be here any moment now, you know, like any day. And I was worried it was going to be today, because I had that weird pooping sensation, like while I was walking through the butterfly field, and I was scared. I was like, what am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do. And I know I'm supposed to go to the hospital, but that doesn't make any sense. Then they're gonna abuse me. They're gonna abuse me. They're gonna catch me. And I know they know where I'm at. They could catch me at any time. And I know that they're just letting me, like, relax. And it's like, how am I relaxing, really, when I don't have a place to stay? This isn't fun at all. Like, I went and searched for housing. I went and searched for, like, shelters and stuff. What is wrong with you people? I looked and looked, and then I just stopped because I was just sad. I couldn't do it anymore. And everybody's like, well, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep fighting. No. No, I don't. I just want to give up. It makes no sense. None of it. Let's see. Teddy bears are good. I love Winnie the Pooh. He's my favorite. And so that's why I remember why I was 15 and I still got a Winnie the Pooh teddy bear. And yeah, I mean, I have issues. I obviously have issues. And like, I know that there were those different disorders in Winnie the Pooh, so I thought it was kind of coincidental that I was so in love with some of these characters, especially Eeyore. Always sad as fuck like me. Like, and you just have to go along with it. It's so funny. Okay. Oh my god, it was so pretty. It was just a small little field, and I would totally recommend that going around that area, because apparently it's a college town, so everything's a little bit more regulated, and they try not to, and when the kids are here, they have plenty of revenue because they ticket all the young kids because they're always doing stupid shit anyway. So then you don't really have to worry because it's nice and clean, the area that I'm at. I'm sure it'll all be posted at some point. I just try not to post anything when I'm anywhere near the area, because then people act all crazy. We know where you're at. No, you don't. What the fuck are you talking about? They know where I'm at. And by they, I mean like the feds. I mean like the authorities. Like all of them. Like if they wanted to pinpoint me and be like, this bitch is about to murder her baby, they'd be on me. That's that saying, like white on rice? Or like flies on shit? Yeah, exactly. People are crazy. So, okay, yeah, I was worried about the whole mucus plug thing, and I know this is kind of TMI, kind of gross, but it was like really creamy recently, but it's kind of like stopped being so creamy, and it's like more fluid, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like all of this, what the fuck? So this guy I was telling you about too, let me tell you about this, because he was just kind of weirding me out at some point, and I knew he was telling me about how the law didn't like him in the area, but he had to stay put because he was whatever, and he didn't like people taking photos or video of him with it in there. And I thought, that's paranoia. Like, it doesn't matter. They know where you're at anywhere. Like, they have the equipment now to be able to pinpoint us, to see it through the cameras, through the CCTV, through the, the cameras on the stoplights and also the speed cameras and everything. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I try to be good. I try to pay my stuff and my tickets. I still owe like $100 or something to Texas for like the tolls. Oh my God, I feel so bad about that. I'm like, you'll get your money. Please don't arrest me if I go there. Like, I'll get your money somehow. Please don't put me in jail. Everybody's like, we'll get our money's worth. Just put her in jail. How does that help anything? It doesn't help anybody at all. It hurts me. I don't know where to get money though. I don't. And then people are like, well, then just prostitute yourself. What? So like this guy, he was telling me about all this stuff. And I was like, man, are you okay? Like, I was like, whoa. I didn't say that to him, but I felt really bad. So this guy, right, he was telling me his story and how he was like a vet and that he had been molested when he was 7 and that it continued on and it wasn't molestation but actual like violation, and that he was adopted, and he was adopted at 7 days old. And oh my God, when he was, it just made me so sad because like he left all that stuff there, the food, but I guess at one point he might have been like, he'd gotten in trouble for it. My feet are falling asleep. Oh my God, there's so much baby and stuff, this gut right here, like that it folds over, and I'm like, what? It's cutting off circulation to my vagina. That's why I have a fluffy vagina. And I know that's TMI, but it's like, who cares? Who cares? I'm just letting you know, I'm already destroyed. This body has been fucked forever. And like most people are like, no, you're still fine. I don't understand that. I think it's a lot to do with my intelligence, where they just want to, you know, engage with that a little bit. But then when I piss them off and I'm condescending and I don't like them, then they get upset. They can't handle rejection. Men can't handle rejection. Isn't that right, December 4th? Isn't that right? Also December 2nd, because I said no many times. Many fucking times. Glowing? I think it's the radioactive material that I was exposed to earlier. I'm just playing. It's the sun going down. That's all it is. It's the sun over there and like the reflection, and then I put on a little bit of makeup, which was just like the BB cream, or try to smooth out my foundation so I could feel a little bit better today because I had money, and I should get a hotel, but I don't want to, so I don't know where I'm gonna sleep tonight. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I'm very scared. I'm very, very scared. Like, I could handle this if it were just me. I could. But I am not just me. There are 2 people. There are 2 whole fucking people in my car right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, if anything were to happen too, it'd be like, they'd have to be like, save her or the baby. They could save the baby. And I'd be like, please, save him. Like, please, finally. Like, now I can pass. You know, like, finally, get it over with. What do I have to look forward to? Nothing. And then my fucking... Okay. This is another thing. I was telling you about paranoid men. That's what the title of this was. And like, whatever, like trying to be positive. I totally am. I totally am. People think that I'm aggravated, but I'm just trying to let you know. See, someone said, stay in your car. Yes, I would much rather stay in my car. I'd rather stay in my car away from everybody so that they don't touch me and fondle me and tell me weird things like they want to, you know, he told me right before I walked away, because he was like, I don't know, it would really gross me out. He was like, in his mind, he said that we had already had sex and like, you know, 50 times and like in 30 different positions. And I was like, oh my God, like I was horrified. And he was talking about how he was so paranoid. And he didn't think it was paranoia, of course, because no one ever does, but he had done meth, so of course it's gonna be like, there's gonna be residual effects in the brain, and so of course they're gonna have that weird, you know, looking over their shoulder. So he said something about like getting in trouble for like, I don't know, and that he was like bisexual and talking to churches, and I'm like, whoa. Like, whoa. And he was telling me all this shit about like what I felt sorry for him because he's, you know, like he couldn't get help because I guess because of his drug record, really, or like, you know, I don't deal with that stuff. I know that that doesn't make me any better than. It just makes me not trying to be seeking that shit. Can I just, like, you know, I don't understand. Like, can I get a little bit of help for not being on drugs? I know that everybody's like, marijuana is a drug. I get that. It's pharmaceutical. I get that. I don't understand, though, why I get treated so poorly. It's not like I was choosing to get pregnant. It's not like I was choosing to sit there and struggle through a pregnancy that I couldn't afford. You know, like, I already knew. I was like, if anything were to happen, this is on me. This is my body. So when, and somebody's bitch ass, you motherfucker, leaving comments like that, you're gonna mislead everyone. I never accept payments prior to meeting people. I made a habit of it because I wanted to see if these people were genuine. I would tell them, no, I'll place out the gas, I'll place out that effort, because that's my way of expressing to them that I have some form of trust for what the situation was. You told me we were going to get together, that we were going to hang out, that we were going to have a good time, and not like good time, you know, like not let's have sex and one-nighters, none of that. So I wasn't seeking any of that. Which reminds me, I have to do like one of the mods for one of these people. They wanted to be a mod, but I don't know. Sometimes I get really involved in talking to myself. So, I don't think I've lost my music. Thank you so much for the compliments. You're so sweet. You're very sweet. Thank you. Bless you too. Let's see. Meow. I sometimes meow to myself too. Like, I'll just like sit here and talk to myself. And people thought I was crazy, like I just did it randomly for attention. And I'm like, no, I'm just a weird person. I sit in my head a lot. Like, in my imagination, none of you exist anymore because I've been too traumatized. So, aw, thank you. Thank you, Sammy B. That's very sweet. I do need to get some more mental health care. And I don't know if this baby's supposed to be helpful in that or not, because honestly, I feel really weird about that. I feel really weird about this entire situation. And guess who? The fucking Bumble texted me or emailed me, sent me an email. Were we helpful? No, what? They said something on there like, did we help? What? With what? I'm still single, and I have a baby inside of me by some fucking guy I met off your site, and I tried to inform you about his fucking assholeness in hopes that he would never do that shit again. You piece of trash. You reject me, and I'm carrying your kid. 99%, I told him. I said, or 90% chance that it was his fucking kid, and he still just never commented. No, Bumble, you didn't fucking help. Does this look like I'm in a solid relationship? Hell no. I'm still in my car, just destroyed. Destroyed. I'm so distraught. How could you disrespect me in such a manner? And then, of course, everybody's like, well, since you consented that secondary time, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't make it okay the first time. What is wrong with you people? It's because I was talking about in that other video, and I was cut off prematurely from talking about how, you know, people are going to revolt because of all this crazy nonsense about removing abortion and humanizing everyone and placing us beneath all the fucking white man again. God. Kill yourselves. I hate you. Sure. And I wasn't really hungry, so I went for a couple smoothies again. I say a couple because, yeah, a couple of them. I'm a fatty fatkins. What can I say? I needed the calories. I feel like this baby... Oh, my God. He's got to be close to 8 pounds, I'd say, at this point. That's horrifying. That's gonna come out of my vagina. that's gonna come out of my vagina. And it's like, these terms are scientific terms. People, I thought that I could get away with speaking like that, sort of in a professional manner. And people get so weirded out because I am I'm like that. I'm just very to the point. And so I was telling you about this guy at the park. He looked like he was in his late 40s, early 50s, but he was a veteran, and he was telling me about how he had some type of inhaler that he had come in contact with that caused him to, I don't know, he had a lot of issues. I can understand why people are monitored. I talk like that a lot too, about the conspiracies, about the weird shots I had in the psych wards. I understand that I've got a record for all of that, and I feel like, then why are you letting me have a baby? Like, why didn't he? And also too, like I said, backtracking to December 4th, he didn't give me money prior. There are no transactions whatsoever between that person and I. None at all. So the fact is that people are sitting there making up these lies, placing them all over the internet, trying to say, slander, defile my character, and I'm like, you can't. Like, you really honestly can't. There's no way that anybody would ever believe you. There are tons of people that know me personally that would know. None of that is true. I never at any point went around slutting like a hoe within the last few years. Within the last few years, after I got out of my, the psych ward, after my suicide attempt and everything, that last time, not this last time, the time prior. And I know I keep having these attempts. It's not my fucking fault. Get your lives together. Do things professionally. Get your fucking... And I know, the world's coming to an end anyway. Everybody's like getting all crazy. Nobody's working anymore. It's going to be regulated. It's going to be more like a communistic sort of society probably, where they have to give everyone a certain allotment. But you can't just have like the upper class controlling everybody in the bottom class, bottoms, and not give them the proper tools to survive, because then they're going to go around and rob it from all these other people that are good people. And I understand we have to have a balance anyway. There always has to be the negative and positive. I get that. I'm not dumb. But there's got to be other ways of regulating this. This is getting really out of hand. And what was I saying? Okay, anyway, let me see here. I am not gonna lie, I am actually very worried to see this little fucking asshole's face, because then I'm just gonna be so in love with it, and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like, you came out of my body and you're so goddamn cute. And it's gonna be very hard. The smell of him, probably, all of it, just all of it. And it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Oh, I'm glad that there are so many people out there that have a support system, because he was talking, he had a dog, right? And it was a blue heeler, but he paid $100 for it. If I were living in my car, I wouldn't finance it like that. Like, I would find just like a stray if I needed it. So I had explained to him about the emotional support, and he didn't even see it that way at first. He saw it as, that it was a guard dog, that it would help protect him, in his vehicle and whatever. And the funny thing is, I told you he had a Buick LeSabre, but he had an 04 and I had an 02, and that's what I had traded in prior to getting this vehicle. I'm scared. I don't my payments and everything, and I don't want everybody else to pay for me. I want to pay for myself, but I just don't know how. And I'm tired, and I'm just self-destructive, and also too the way that I expose myself and my flaws in front of everyone. It's very humorous, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I crack myself up all the time for just being so open and honest and like brazen in that way. Who does this shit? Only a crazy person. Only a crazy Leticia. Aw, that is so sweet. IAL. Would it just be that? Is this just initials? That's so sweet. You're so sweet. I love you so much. So, also too, people keep asking me if they can help me. Well, I don't really know if I need anybody's help. I figured that God is just going to take care of it. And everybody's like, no, there is no such thing. I still believe in it. I don't care that I suffer so much. I feel like There's so many things out there that don't explain themselves until the very last moment, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm hoping for a goddamn miracle, because this is not fun. And it's scary that I'm gonna end up having this baby like on my own. And it's scary because, like, you know, I told you about that dream, that nightmare I had with my brother. Who doesn't love babies though? Really? Like, who doesn't? If you don't love a baby, then you're a crazy psychopath and you need to be like, stay away from the baby. And I think this was one of those instances too, when he was like talking to me like that. He had no respect for me in that way. He was just like telling me about how he would, like, you know, pregnant women are so beautiful, you've got the most lovely eyes. Like, he didn't say lovely, he said beautiful. But, you know, I know, how am I supposed to keep this baby? There's like no way I could keep it. That doesn't mean I won't love it and fall in love with it and want to keep it, but there's really nothing I can do. There's no way I can support it. Aw, I love that you've got twin grandchildren. That's cute. I swear, like, at the beginning I was like, is this a set of twins? Because I just gained a shit ton of weight all at once. And then I was like, well, what's going on here? And then she was like, your uterus is big. Okay, great. That's great, lovely. No wonder I can't fit in my pants. Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Help me with what, though? Like, I would love some help, but not like to the point, don't shove me away anymore. I want to live and have my own space with the baby, but I don't know how, because I'm scared, and I've been making attempts to have housing. I've made attempts to find suitable placement, and I didn't try to go off and have like another man tend to me, or baby daddy, not baby daddy, sugar daddy type shit, or I was trying to be good. I wasn't reaching out. I wasn't using social media in a way to where like I was getting an OnlyFans or any of that. I don't want to do things gross like that. I just want to be myself. And if people want to help me, they help me. If not, don't worry about it. I'm all right. Don't worry about it. I'll be okay. I'm always okay. God loves me anyway. So the guy had a dog. He was like, the moment I stuck my hand out to pet him, he was like, he grabbed onto my wrist and was like, he was so happy he didn't want to let go. And I was like, buddy, you're hurting me. So I was like, I had him let go, and he did it to the other wrist. But not to the point where he broke the skin or anything. He was just so excited. He was in love with me. So, and that happens. It happens to me a lot. People get really infatuated with me. I don't know if it's everything all at once. I think people, that's why they had to meet me in person to understand that, like, even my voice is, I don't think it's that high pitched, but apparently it is. Apparently I've got a very nice voice to some people, and then animals too. So like the frequency, vibration, whatever that is, I lure a lot of things to me for some weird reason, and I don't know what it is. Like those bunnies, it was so cute. I was talking to them, turned off the car, and he ran at the car because I was parked there for a few minutes watching them, the bunnies. And then the moment I turned off the car, he ran at me, bro. I was like, hey buddy, what are you doing? No, hey bunny, what are you doing? So I don't know what's going on. I'm tripping. I wish I could be appropriate. I wish I could be a lady. But I'm not a lady. I'm a 35-year-old baby. Like, what? And I'm in muumuus right now, so it's completely, and my hair's all short and curly. If I wore pigtails, people would be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, I hate my life so much. I hate it. Yeah, I know, but where am I going to store the baby? What am I going to do with that? They would support it, but I don't want their money. I don't want it. It's the principle of the thing. It's the principle of the thing. And I know that sounds crazy, because it probably is crazy, because that's not normal. people are always seeking the money and support and financial whatever, but it's not like that for me. I'm angry. It makes me mad that it boils down to money. It makes me mad because it's like you're just going to let them get away with everything, let them get away with murder because money? Oh. Mad. I'm mad. I don't want their stupid house. I don't want their house. I wanted to be in a relationship. I didn't want a child to have to rear with a fucking asshole fucking husband or, you know, boyfriend or whatever, wandering the streets, eating fucking whatever pussy he wants to and sticking his dick in everything. No, thank you. Get away from me. Perverts. All fucking perverts. I wanted one person, that was it. And instead I got this fucking baby. This doesn't help. This isn't a partner. I can't have sex with my child. That's disgusting. That's disgusting and disturbing. I don't even think of it that way. It's just humorous. It's disgusting. I'd never even think of it. Ew. I hope that they don't mistreat me right now. Like, yeah, this is a nice chat so far. Medicinal marijuana. Yeah, it helps me. And I know I shouldn't do it because of the baby. I try to place his body first, too, because he's inside of me. But if the dad didn't do anything, why should I do anything? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have to be held accountable for 100% of this baby? And then also, too, and then they're talking about, like, financial support after. No! No, I'd rather give up the baby, and it would hurt me and scar me for life even more. But I don't care. It's the principle of the thing. It's the principle! Don't just have babies out of wedlock and just have numerous fucking gross babies. It's disgusting. Horrifying. Horrifying. People are crazy. I wanted a partner. Somebody I could lay next to, you know, at night and cuddle up to. That's nice. I don't care if he has to support it. I don't want anything to do with him. But then all of a sudden today, it was a little different of a story where I was like, I was comfortable, I had everything I needed, so all I could do is think about him in a positive way. Like in love kind of way, which is stupid because he's not been around and he was dicking someone else. What? That makes me stupid if I took him back. That would make me retarded. Like, and I know I have mental issues, but I'm not fucking that dumb. I mean, like, I know I'm emotionally stunted. I get that. It's emotional trauma. And people didn't understand that. When I told them I'm disabled, mostly emotional disabilities, not mental disabilities. And people didn't quite understand that. And I was like, there's a huge difference. Like, do your research. And it's like I will literally take candy from a stranger and then wonder why I got sick and died. You know, and at this age, I should know better, and I do, but people are still gaslighting me, like like the father and everything. I doubt he's going to be very small because even weeks ago, he was already 5.5 pounds, and that was when he was supposed to be that size. So I think he's like on point for his... because I've been eating a lot of vitamins and, well, when they don't incarcerate me or stick me in a psych ward, and then even those, you know, have fish oil in them and everything, I just want to be more vegan because it makes me feel better. I feel like I'm much less destructive. Plus, it's a psychological thing, knowing that nothing had to die in order for me to sustain my life. I did stop with my daughter. I explained that in the one video. I don't know if that one was the one that wasn't published or what. No. Yeah, it was. If I give it up for adoption, then he's going to end up sexually abused. And that's sad because like I just met that guy, right? That 60-year-old. He suffered through a lot and they're like, well, things have changed. Not very much. They haven't. See, I could never do it. I just can't do it. Like, I cannot see myself raising some fucking asshole's kid while he's off gallivanting. No. No. That's why I'm just like, nope, I'm done. Check, please. If this child is not worth it to you, then he's not worth it to me, and I want him to understand that because you caused this. I didn't ask for this baby. It was more him. It was more December 4th that wanted it because the moment I discussed ovulation, he was like, whatever. And well, like I had stated prior about him not giving me any money to us meeting, I didn't exchange any money. There was no electronic transaction between us, him and I. So then, like, oh my God, I'm telling you. Oh, I still don't care. Adoption is crazy for this baby because then if I signed him over, that would be like signing him over to the devil. No. No. Signatures? What is wrong with you? He will always be my blood. What is wrong with you? You people are deranged and you have issues and you think that all this fucking nonsense paperwork is gonna fucking solve the situations? No. And you're backhanded and all you do is you're corrupt and want money. No. So I had that nightmare, right? And I guess somebody had told my brother about it because I got this email about it and it said something about, and quit calling me Letitty. So they call me Titty in the message and they say, you just lost your only ally or some shit like that. And I was like, you're talking about my brother? The felon brother? Like, that's what they were trying to say, that he was my ally. How are you my ally when you're physically hurting me? No, you're not my ally. Stay away from me. You're not even my kin at all anymore. And the same thing with my ex-husband's family. That's why I ripped away from his family after they physically assaulted me. You can't do that. You can't get physically violent and expect that that's going to be okay, that the person's going to be just fine. That's why I have residual issues about my family and like all of that stuff. It's very stressful to have to think about all the arguments and how I was actually innocent and whatever. No, I haven't even spoken to that guy. I haven't spoken to my brother whatsoever. So the fact that there's stuff going around, floating around, I have no idea what's going on with I don't talk to anybody. I don't listen to the media. I only get whatever information pops up on my YouTube channel, which is like I watch a lot of videos all day. That's all I do. I don't really do much of anything aside from trying to survive. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't do anything. Everything is tracked and traced on my phone. That's why I try really hard not to do anything crazy. So like that guy was telling me about how the feds probably laugh at his selection of porn that he watches. And I was like, ew, why are you telling me this? I didn't say it, but like, I was scared. Don't talk to me like that. What are you talking about? So, and I know, and he was like, you look like you're in your 20s, because at first he thought I might have been even underage. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I understand, like, he was in a different mindset. I don't know. I'm freaked out. I don't know why people see something that is not there. So, he's a felon because he got in trouble for selling cocaine to an informant 5 times. That's all I really know. Then he went to prison for like 4 or 5 years. And then when he got out, we didn't really talk. He was very weird. He went to the halfway house. When I went and visited him one time at the halfway house, we met up at, I think it was a Chick-fil-A. And I had my daughter, and she was so small. She was just a few months old. She was in her car seat. And because I was talking to my mom at that time, and I needed her to help me with rides for the baby to get to the appointments. The pediatric appointments and stuff. So my mom, she ended up wanting to leave me at the Chick-fil-A because I had upset my brother. Because I told him when my mom walked away, I told him that she wasn't doing as well as she makes it out to be because she's been drinking a lot. And he didn't want to hear it. He flipped out because he thought that I was talking shit about mommy, and I wasn't. I was just being honest, and I thought, you know, she needs a little bit of help. There's something going on. So he threatened me, and I had my baby, and I was like, whatever. So I told my mom, and she flipped out because I upset my brother. She completely flipped out. And she said, I'll leave you here. And we were an hour away from home. We were in Little Rock visiting him at the halfway house. And then she threatened that. And I was like, well, I'll just call Brandon, my ex-husband, and I'll let him know that you left your daughter and his baby up here and see how he's going to enjoy that. And so, like, that was the only thing I had to fall back on. So she kind of retracted that. She was like, okay, fine, like, I'll give you a ride home. What? You took me up here to go visit my brother. You can't just retract that because you get pissed off because I said something that upset him. You people are crazy. The way that, like, that's my life. That's how my family disrespects and mistreats me, and has always. So, like, I don't know what to say. That whole day, just all of it, and my whole life, I cannot depend on these people. They will and I hate the phrase, okay, they will retract whatever gifts they offer. So I hate the word Indian giving, but you don't understand that phrase. You know, Indian giving, to give back what you would. I hate that phrase because, like I said, it was usually the white man that was the one that was the fucking assholes. So, let's see here. He's a bad drug dealer to have sold it 5 times. I don't think, and actually everyone asks me if he's, not everyone, but like my psychologist asked if he was retarded. Because there's something wrong with his switch to where he can manipulate people around him. He's a psychopath, all right? I don't even think it's like he's a sociopath. I believe he's actually technically a psychopath because of the fact that he acted out toward younger women the way he did, and was seeing that, you know, he was progressively grooming the 12-year-old and that he had met at the gas station, and he didn't even realize that that's what he was doing. So I do know that there's a lot of mental illness in my family, and I tried to combat it. I tried to go to therapy. I tried to get medications, like they said. I tried to have, you know, cognitive behavioral therapy where I was confronting the issues head on, which is like fear factor type shit. And I've overcome so much of the trauma. I've overcome so much of that dismay and all of that sort of residual toxic behavior that my family fell into. And like, even with my daughter, everyone said that it was toxic, that I was keeping her away from the extended family. No, like, I wanted to keep her away from violence. I wanted to keep her away from any of this negative, you know, shady gaslighting behaviors and all this stuff, especially like within the newer terms that I've learned recently. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let's see. Oh, the smoothie from, oh my god, it's the vegan dark chocolate banana, and I add peanut butter to it. Oh, it's fire. They still have them buy one get one free right now over at Smoothie King. Fuck yeah. And I don't mean to like whatever, but like, oh my god, I'm telling you, try one of those with a little peanut butter in there. Oh, it's to die for. It truly is. I love it. Okay. I know I'm supposed to give birth in the hospital, but I don't want to. That's not really what I want to do. I'm scared as fuck. I don't want anyone to like yell at me or whatever. I have 4 siblings altogether, and I'm the middle of the 5 children. And that's, of course, why I'm also partially crazy, because the middle child syndrome is also true, where we get neglected the most because there are the first children and then there are the youngest children, and I was there to take and tend to my younger siblings. And no one ever saw that until later on growing up and realized, oh, well, Leticia was always there to cook and clean for us. And you know, I don't think they've actually come to terms with seeking proper mental health help or proper mental help. So my family's never really gone to therapy. Oh my God, what was that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. I swear to Christ, if I end up starting going into labor like on live and shit. No, 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 no. That was weird. Sometimes it feels like he's rubbing my, like the inside of my vagina area. Like it's pressing, and so like I really have to. It's not a pooping sensation, and it's not a peeing sensation. It's pressure on my vagina. And like it's very, I don't know, like it's almost like swollen. So it feels like it's even from the outside. Like it gets, I don't know if it's contractions or what, but that's freaking me out. Oh, I'm so gross. I know I talk about everything on here, but it's part of it. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, chocolate and peanut butter. It is so good, I'm telling you. And then with the banana in there, delicious. Absolutely delicious. I say go for it. Definitely go and try it, especially if they've got the buy one get one this week. And whomever watches, that's all of them, but you have to have the app for it. So I had to download that. The third child is generally neglected, and then beyond that, so my parents had 5 children and they couldn't really give us all that individualized attention, but they did offer me a lot more outlets to be creative. So my parents would get me colored pencils, they'd get me crayons. They knew that I was just a very innocent, creative child, and I was expressive and imaginative. So they kind of like played on that. You know, they knew I was talented. They knew that there was something different about the way that I pursued life, and that's why I was always so dramatic and artistic and possibly autistic, and didn't even realize it because I just went along with everything, and I still do. I go along with people because I want to see where their mind is at, and if they hurt me, it's on them. It's none of my business. I'm not actually like, I don't feel like I'm a victim. I feel like I'm just, well, and I guess it's a victim of circumstance, but really, I feel like it's humiliating to see it as being a victim. It really is. It's more like me seeing it as, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and it's your fault. Like, stop it. Like, I didn't just play along with it. I knew better. And you knew better and quit. Stop that. Just like when I was telling December 4th, don't touch me like that. That's not okay. And he went ahead with it anyway. So, and that was when we were like making out in the parking lot, where I was like, ew, pulling away from him when he was trying to kiss on me. Would I accept those kisses now? Fuck yes. I don't know what it is. I'm really like horny. I know that sounds really bad. This is terrible. This is completely terrible. Completely. But I'm like, it's because I'm hormonal from the pregnancy, and I understand that, and I want to engage with the father of the child. I don't want to engage and fornicate with random people. I just wanted the father, and I told him that too. I was like, can you please just give me that at the very least? Let's do it until this thing is born. But then he was doing somebody else. So why would I want him near me? That's disgusting. Stay away from me. You're unclean. You're impure. And no thank you. And I understand that I had faltered around, you know, Valentine's Day, but still. Oh my God, something's pressing. Something's pressing. Oh my God. There's a pressing matter between my legs. Ah, that's terrible. That's perverse. Let's see. Yeah, it's chilling down really, like, I don't even feel like he's very up high, right? Like, it looks like he's still sitting up high. Sometimes when I wake up, it feels like he is shifted down, but then when I start getting up, my uterus, it feels like it's really bloated on the top. So then, like, it feels really weird. Like it wants to just pop out. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. No, 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 no. I'm freaking out. Freaking out. Okay. I'm scared. I want to go to the hospital, but I'm very scared. I was born into a very dysfunctional family, and I explained some of that in the other video too. You know, just my extended relatives and everything, just a few things about that. I'm okay right now. At this very moment, I'm okay. Buy a toy, I can't get you pregnant. I didn't want to have sex. And then I went willingly and had sex afterward, and I felt like a whore, of course. I felt like a whore, of course. It sounds like it rhymes almost. Okay. Sure, he will be abused if he's adopted, because then he won't be around his biological family, and like that hurts people too. People don't even realize how much, like, how many detrimental effects that happens, like, that has on the brain of a child. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, it's not that I hate my dysfunctional family. I actually love them still. I just wish they weren't crazy. I wish, what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck did you just say? Oh my God, don't tell me that. You mentioned you had preeclampsia with the first. That is very dangerous, and your second is not always easier. My first was 3 hours, second was 22 hours, and I almost died. I am shitting bricks right now. I don't know what the fuck to think. I'm horrified. You know what? I have been gassy. And I don't know, and I guess it's just the pressure of it, and I've been farting all kinds of crazy the last couple days. Let's be honest, pregnancy is not the most lovely thing. It's fucking scary. And, like, the men do it, and then they reject us. Like, oh, you're gross now. Like, you got fat. And also, too, you're farting and eating everything. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I wonder why. Like, creating fucking demons for you? Yeah. Little shits. Running around demanding titty goblins. Sucking up all of our beauty and everything through our teats. God damn. I wish I could have stuff for the baby, but I'm very scared. I feel like, and it's all dependent on like how good I am. I try to be good. I just don't know what to do, and I'm scared, and I don't want to interact with anybody. I'll do the best I can. I always do. I think I'm okay. I don't think I need to go in. No. They might want to keep me or something. They might want to say, like, you're mentally ill, you're homeless. And I don't think I could lie. I don't think I would want to lie. Because that's not who I am. I try to be as honest as I possibly can. My due date is September 4th. So hopefully he'll stay until then. Like, hopefully I don't. Oh. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Perverted uncles and shit, yeah. I wouldn't want my ashes to be mixed either with people that are really, you know, toxic in that way and never actually repented. Because then you're not really fully healed. You're still toxic. You're still damaged. You can't just expect that, you know, seeking God's forgiveness on your deathbed is really going to work. You have to make efforts. Try. That's why it's like, I understand people tell me to try, get a job. A job isn't placing effort. That would hurt me more. Because then I'd have to work, and then my psychological well-being would, like, whoa, it would be bad. I've had a lot of medical care for this baby. I've had a lot of ultrasounds too, which I was kind of worried about. But they just wanted to check, I guess, to make sure. I don't know. I think they injected me with something. And that's why they were trying to check the baby. And they were like, oh my God, like, let's make sure that it's okay. Because we've got all this crazy stuff. We're putting in injections in women. And this one hasn't had any vaccines. So this one's got perfect this and this. And whatever, we're experimenting. And the populace doesn't even know. Yeah. Aw, that's sweet. Aw, you're sweet. Facebook group, that's sweet. I like when you're nice. I don't really necessarily want to ask anything of anybody, though. 29 hours? God damn it, no. No, I have to pee. Like, and I know that's not pee. I just know that that was the baby shifting. I went to a state and now I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know anybody and I'm scared. I'm very scared. September 2nd, that's your guess. Hopefully, if I can manage to last until then and be comfortable, because sometimes I have contractions and I'm very concerned he's going to come out while I'm walking in the grocery store or something. Very scared. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry, Tiffany. I want to go to England. That would be fun. Oh, yeah. I like to be treated with respect. Who doesn't? Hopefully they won't be mean. Aw. They say he's a boy. So, but if there's, I swear to God, if there's more than one in there too, what am I supposed to do with two of them too? And they say there's just one. They're like, no, there's just one, but you never know. There's like all these horror stories where it's like, oh, and it's not a horror story. Most people are really like happy, but I don't have a dad for this baby, so how am I supposed to be happy? It would be lovely. Twins would be lovely. They'd be so cute too. I'd be like, oh my God, where'd you get that ugly curly hair? Your mom. Your mom. Where'd you get your weirdness? You want to play cards? You want to go stomp around and strangle things and shoot things? You get that from your father. Yep. Stomp around. I just mean like in general. Like, he wasn't actually very vulgar in that way. I always say that, right? Recently, I just can't. It's because I have lack of sleep and everything in that way. I hope they won't be so fucked up in the hospital. Oh, I was going to tell you too. So, my dad texts me. He never texts me. I haven't talked to him in years. And then when I talked to him for a little bit when I was around my mom this last time, he got my number and we messaged back and forth, and he just sent me a message saying, I hope you're okay. And I was just like, that's kind of nice. Like, I didn't mind my dad when he stopped molesting me. Like, that was really sad and I would cry, and that's why he kind of stopped. He got emotionally sort of more understanding when I got older, because I told him, I said, I just can't have you touching me like that. It confuses me. It makes me very sad because I know that my body's meant for someone else. And so my father and I had straight conversations. I was actually very open to my family, and I've always been very open and communicative to the people around me. Well, that's what upsets and offends people, because they can't handle the truth a lot of times. My father, on the other hand, he does have some remorse. He does have some, and I always said, like, well, no, I want him to suffer. I want, him, he's not understanding, like, he still damaged my life forever because he couldn't just respect me as a little girl. And that's true. That is completely true. Do I still blame him to this day? Well, that is actually why I turned out the way I did, and the men have allowed, I've allowed men to take advantage of me because I didn't have a proper father figure in that way, in the appropriate way. And instead it was sort of a dysfunctional way. And I tried very hard to look up to my father. I tried very hard to look up to my mother. And I tried very hard to just appreciate them through the words of God, and understanding that they were there for me to tend to me and no one else did. And they, sheltered me and clothed me and fed me. And that is a blessing. It's not actually like, it's not mandatory for everyone to get that. It's not, and it's sickening to think that people are born into this world and they're left without anything or anyone. And it was like this man I met, you know, the man that had been adopted, that was macking on me so hard. And it was really gross, believe me. He said he had no one. And so when he was talking about like his dog and everything, that's when I knew. He said, well, the only thing I don't want is for them to take this dog from me. And I was like, oh my God. And he had only had the dog for like a week or so, or a couple weeks. And I felt like I felt so sorry for him, because I thought he's trying really, really hard, but he's also very naughty. And, you know, you can't go 2 steps forward and then get kicked back 5 steps because of the things that you're still doing, and expect that that's gonna, you know, continue on. Thank you. I appreciate the donation very much. Thank you. But so like I was saying, Stacy is what it said. So thank you. Thank you for your donation. I really feel like there are times where I don't understand the world around me. I know I've got to, like, at some point I also have to, like, turn this off, because we were already getting into an hour of this, and I didn't even intend for my live to go this long. I wanted to tell you about the men, the paranoid guys, and like trying to be positive. Also, I'm in love with the Father, but I don't understand why today. I guess I'm just really hormonal and just completely infatuated with him. I don't even know, it must be like a form of love, but I just want to love on him like in a really perverse way. I don't know if it was anything to do with the fact that I was getting macked on so hard today, or what, or the shift in my body again. More likely it's all of it. But all I want to do is just freak. I want to freak. And I feel horrible for that, because I'm like, I'm not married to this dude. I'm just having his baby. What does that even mean? I feel like I need to be with him. I feel like I need to, it's not even a want. I need to be with him right now. And like, I want so badly, ooh, to just get freaky. I'm sorry, but no. I don't know what happened between him and I, that I think it was just his demand of my body, and that was it. But, and then he went off and did shit with someone else. No, just no. And I have to realize, like, no, you know, have some dignity, have some self-respect and some self-restraint. Don't think those thoughts. Don't have that feeling, because then that just has them control you in that way, in that manner, controlling people. No, thank you. I don't know. And so then I was telling you about my dad and told you about my brother. So they were saying something about that I'd lost my ally, and I was like, my brother's not really my ally. He says a lot of stuff, but then the naughty things he does, I can't even have respect for that. So how could anybody respect his word? Or how could anybody see him as a good character witness if he's not, you know, following through with anything that is an appropriate sort of, they tell me to get a job. I know he's got a felony, you know, it makes it hard for people, and I always thought good of him until he belly bumped me. Well, it didn't hurt that much at that time, but I'm just saying, like, he would have rather chose to stay in the room and annoy the shit out of me than to just give up the space for a little while and go to his house and suffer in the heat, where it's like, okay, you want me to suffer in the heat. Okay, you want me and my baby to suffer in the heat. Okay, angel, go off and have your little whatever. You're such an angel. You don't want to give back to the universe or the world around you because you're greedy. And we all understand that. You've always been privileged. You've always had that, you know, everybody's doting on you. And I'm thinking, whatever, you people are sick. So let's see here. Let's see. I know I need to park in the parking lot of the hospital. That's funny. Oh, I send my love too. I know, daddy issues for sure. Like, I try really hard to just be nice to my dad because I don't remember him ever, like, doing me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Either I blocked it out when I was a child or whatever, but he didn't, like, he was always playing with my sister. And I'm glad that she stuck around for so long to get the brunt of it. And I feel terrible saying that because, like, I didn't want anybody to go through that, for one. And then for my sister to be the strong one and just take a majority of it, and she stood up for me all the time. And I don't know if it was also underlying jealousy to where she was like, she was upset because I would get any attention at all too. And that's fine. And she actually, when we grew up, she would say things to me like I was the ugly sister. And I knew that was just her deflecting because I love my sister very much. But comparably, you know, I did get the more cushy lifestyle. And everybody says, well, Leticia's just spoiled. She's always just been spoiled. Well, I don't want to suffer. I don't want to work hard like everyone says. I feel like the universe will just offer me what it needs to offer me, and that's just what it is. I don't care about money. I don't care about whatever, these stupid numbers. I'm a human being, and I should be respected as such. And I'm also now a mother, and all of this other BS, and I'm like, whatever. Like, yes, that's entitlement. I see that. I get that. I'm not stupid. But I was born in this body. I wasn't born in, you know, another country. I wasn't born in a third world country. I wasn't born, you know, even in Mexico. I was born here in the United States, in Madison, Wisconsin. And so I feel like there should be, and I know I sound very strange to people. I do believe it was because I went to parochial school. I had a really good education, and I love my parents for that. Completely adore them for that, because it helped me to engage with the world intellectually, as opposed to being violated even more. I am very smart for being dumb. And I get that. I'm not trying to say I don't make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's what the learning curve is for. That's what the learning, I'm sorry, not curve, but learning tools, you know, so that we can get by. And there. Is that a little bit better? You see my face? That's a little bit red, but I have to get off of here so that I can finish up just my evening and actually brush my teeth tonight somewhere. I wish I had a hotel, but I don't really want to spend the money. And I spent a bunch of money just getting some marijuana right now. Like, I was so upset. At the dispensary, they rob you in some areas because of taxes. I thought, what are you talking about? What? It was $20 untaxed in one item. $20 in tax on one item. And I was like, no, no. Like, there's something wrong here. Quit robbing and raping everybody. And that's not fair. And I understand that everybody's like, oh, that's so funny. Like, you sitting back and laughing at all of us. Oh. All of us lower classmen, you know. That's not funny. That's not funny. Unless we end up inheriting the earth and then, like, being able to run it like you did at some point. That's not fair. Where's the cycle? Where's the, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Where's the balance in that? Where does it come back around? So, yeah, that's why I don't try to struggle too hard, because I learned that many years ago, and then fighting for things, it just makes things worse. And the same thing with, like, the divorce. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to accept it. I'm just going to accept you're crazy, and everybody can say I'm crazy. Don't care. Don't care. Whatever. And so, yeah, let's see here. Let's see. I wish I could practice accents and also some different, like, dialects of things, different languages. I wish I knew more. Midwestern. Yep. I'm glad everybody's being nice to me today. I guess because it's positive. And like I said, we are all crazy in our own way. So that's why I tell everybody, own up to it. Be yourself. As long as you're not harming other people, that's all right. But if you're sitting there pretending like you're not harming anyone, and in actuality say you're harming yourself, that is also reflected on those around you. So if you think that you don't have a drug abuse problem, if you don't, like my brother with the Suboxone and everything, you need to get off of that. It's not healthy for you. It makes me feel very sad that you can't comprehend that that's eating away at your brain and your passion for life. It's eating away, and that's what they said about the marijuana for me. They were like, oh, you're gonna get worse. Actually, I got way better. So now I need to regulate it and have less of it. If I had a safe place to breastfeed, I probably wouldn't smoke so much. I'm going to be completely honest, just like a couple puffs here and there. That's how I was to regulate and maintain. Nothing, not a big deal. Just to keep me high throughout the day. So I can deal with other people's bullshit, you know? Like, you can't just expect that things are going to get better if you can't confront people about their issues and confront yourself in the mirror about your own issues. Policeman's daughter. So, but yeah. Let's see. So, I wanted to make sure that I was set up in an area too that I would get some of the better care, and also hopefully a female. I will freak the fuck out if there is a male gynecologist trying to birth this fucking baby. I will freak the fuck out. And I know that that's going to sound really bad. And if I end up in the fucking psych ward for throwing and screaming, fuck you. I told you, no, don't get down there. The only thing that's supposed to be down there is babies coming out and my husband going in. Like, that's all I think is, like, that's obviously what I was created for. I wasn't created for everyone. Quit doing that. So, yeah. This is a horrifying experience, though, being all alone. This is not fun at all. Oh my God, 65, oh, for an ounce. Okay, sorry, I misread that. I thought it was for an eighth. But 65 for an ounce? Fuck yeah. I need to go travel to some other places. Oh, actually, I had to have a card prior to that if I'm going to purchase in Oklahoma. I have to get the extension, which is like $50 just to go for a 30-day pass, I think, for Oklahoma. So they accept my medicinal card from Arkansas. Plus, I haven't paid for, oh my God, ow, ow, ow. Oh. Oh. Oh yes, some dispensaries do offer discounts for disability. You know, and I've just been doing the recreational thing at this point. Oh, titties. Oh, titties. Well, see, that's what I said too. Even when I went to my doctor's visits with my daughter, and I told them when the guy came in, when I was 37 weeks along, and he fired me from the clinic there, I told people that's gotta be illegal, because there in the state of Arkansas, it's a violation. Especially, I wasn't diagnosed with PTSD yet, but it was 2 years prior to being diagnosed. So you've got to understand that she was still fucking there. I told them I didn't want any guys down there. So they violated me. And then they kicked me out from that clinic, and then I had to go give birth up in Little Rock, which was actually a pleasant experience. I wish I were there right now, just because I'm scared, because it's somewhere familiar. So I understand when I'm heightened, and then I have to go to places that I feel comfortable or semi-comfortable, even with my family. It's not like it's full comfort or full trust, but it's somewhere that I've been before. So it's recognizable to me, and I feel like it's better than some things that are brand new that are horrifyingly frightening. Like, sometimes I have to engage with things very slowly if they're new to me because they're startling. Everything. And it just freaks me out. Oh. Nobody should vape. Nobody should use those vape pens because the vapor is not good for our lungs. You're so sweet, IAL. That's so sweet. Thank you. Ooh, I want to go to Massachusetts. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. I've never been there. Very close. Well, then that's good. That's very good. You're nice to me, so there's a difference. There's some people that say that, oh, and then there was a message, some people have been sending me emails, right? And then there's this guy, and he sends me this messages about how he wants to help take care of me, and how he wants me to come and stay with him. And it doesn't have to be sexual or anything like that. But he still feels something for me that is not, you know, that is beyond just friendship. And I've not even really talked to him. He's just been watching some of my videos, I guess, and then messaging me. And then he talks to these other people with their websites. No websites, their channels on YouTube, and then the ones that like try to slander me and stuff and talk smack about me. And I know some of them mean well, because they get out the information in a way that it engages other people. So they're doing a lot of the publicity that I don't do. And then when people get around to it and they realize, oh my God, this girl's really smart and she's actually not that crazy. The world makes people crazy, yeah. And she's trying to defend that fact. And it's like, well, we all should have an allotment. We should all be considered a certain amount of disabled if we've gone through traumas in our lives. And if we all had that certain allotment, and that's talking about a communistic mindset, and I feel bad because it sounds bad, but, you know, in the Republican, and so like my therapist was talking about too, how this is a republic as opposed to a democracy because of the different issues. I want to talk to him so badly, but I just haven't because I'm just so stressed. And I know that's counter, what is that word? Counterintuitive, or not really. Okay, it's counterproductive. That's what the word, sorry. Okay, counterproductive. I'm so tired still. Like, I have not slept well. I just want to cuddle up and I want to be held, and by nobody else but the Father. And that sounds insane because they're like, well, you filed against him. What were you thinking if you wouldn't have done that? What are you talking about? I gave him a week. He didn't fucking talk to me. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? So, like, you can't just mistreat ladies like that and expect that I'm just gonna, like, be okay with it. That's crazy. You're crazy, and that was rape then. Fuck you. Like, that is not okay. Like, you mistreat me like that. You treat me like trash, like a cum dumpster. No. And these horrible words that come out of my mouth because they, you know, this is what I hear and what people tell me, calling me a whore and shit. And then I woke up, when was it? Was it this morning that they were talking all that smack to me about being a whore? God. Maybe. In the past. But not like this last few years. I was really trying to appropriate myself better. And trying not to fall back on those bad habits. So, anywho, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm scared, and all I want is the father of this child, and that makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense, and everybody's like, Leticia, you can't always get what you want. Well, what about the things that I need? What about the things that I need then? How about that? How about I need shelter? How about I need, you know, running water, and I need a toilet? How about that? How about the fact that I need somebody to help me with this baby? How about the fact that I need somebody to, like, help manage me sometimes because I get lost because of all the trauma? How about I need a father to this baby if I want to keep him? So, and how about I need this baby to help me with my emotional stability? But nobody cares. Nobody cares about Leticia. Everybody's made that perfectly clear. They harass me constantly. Why? Why? Is it funny to see me cry? Is it funny to see me sad? Because a lot of times you guys cut off the camera when I start crying because you don't want to see it. You don't want to deal with it because you're like, oh my God, this is so sad. But yes, it is sad. Stop it. Stop it. I didn't do anything that fucking vulgar and that unforgivable that would cause me to suffer so immensely in this day and age. I'm just weird. I should talk to my dad to see if he's got anywhere that I could, like, hunker down. But I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to talk to the father of this, the father of this baby. I want to tell him, fuck you. That's all I'd say. Fuck you. And then I'd just stare at him. And he'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck were you thinking? I'm so mad. I am so mad. How can you sit there and mistreat a lady like that? Like someone you don't even know, don't even realize that has been working on their life for years now, and you just fucked it all up for her because you injected her with something she couldn't get rid of. If you can sue for STDs, you should be able to sue for children. Like that. For sure. The truth. You should be able to sue the person, hey, you didn't disclose that we were going to get pregnant because you decided not to come back with a fucking plan B. Like, I should be able to sue your ass. And also, you should end up in jail. Or, you know, at the very least in jail for a while. If not in prison. Because that's technically, I knew better. And everyone knew I knew better. And all of my medical records state that. What do your medical records state? That you go off and you fuck random bitches randomly. And you've got random kids everywhere. You fucking filthy whore. Ow. 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 Filthy fucking whore. Oh. I would beat the shit out of you if I could. I totally would. God. Oh, my fucking everything hurts. My uterus hurts. Oh my God. I didn't expect that I would have to be going through this. That's nice that people supported me because I chose to keep the baby. I was so confused. I mean, I really don't understand even if this is a blessing for me. And I understand I shouldn't look at things like, okay, what am I going to get out of it? You know? I know that. But it still doesn't hurt any less that I'm going to be like without a baby after I give him away. Like, that's sad. I know, I am tired and hormonal. I just wish I could lay in bed for a while and have people bring me things. Like, just bring me stuff and just massage me. And also the father of this baby, so I can do him and just be like, okay. And I know that sounds crazy. That sounds terrible. Then that's so perverse. But no, I just want to cuddle him. Is that weird? I want him to spoon me again. I want the same interaction that caused the baby, which is so fucking weird. Why? I feel so ashamed. I feel so ashamed and humiliated to think that I'm actually super hyper aroused by what happened between the father and I. That's sick. And I guess it's normal because of my, you know, sexual trauma from childhood and everything growing up. I understand. But that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't mean that it's something like my fetish is a breeding fetish. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I kept it under wraps for so long, because, you know, people have their fetishes, they've got their preferences, and mine is just to be in a wholesome and, you know, loving relationship. And so that's what I think about when I fornicate randomly. And oh my God, though. Like, what? What? Oh. Oh. That's very kind of you. I'm not having any contractions at the moment, but I am very scared, like, moment to moment. I hope they don't take it away right away and just be like, oh, you're a terrible bitch. Like, we hate you. That's so sad. I just want to go hide somewhere in a cave. That's what I want. I'm just very sad and scared. I want to keep the baby. I'm not stupid. I know how much I love it already, and people talk shit because I talk shit. I don't care. I'm angry. I have to get it all out, and I've got to send it off to the universe so that they can deal with it. And like, here you go. Here you go. I was also telling you too, why am I so in love with that guy? December 4th. Why? Why am I so obsessed with him? And everybody said, you're obsessed with him. And I was like, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm still obsessed over him. I know what my issues are, and that's loving people that are abusive. I know that. I'm fucking crazy. So I can't help it. I don't understand it. It would still be like if he came back at this very moment, I would still be loving toward him and still be understanding and considerate. Why? All they do is abuse me. I don't want that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I have to stand up for myself. I have to say no. And that's just, it's just, you know, that's the compromise you have to make with the universe. Like, if you don't want this abuse to happen anymore, you can't accept it from anybody anymore. You can't accept their apologies anymore. They didn't do right by you, and they never will. And that's why it's so sad, because I'm like, I'm trying to be strong for this child of mine too, and understand I can't keep you because there's nothing I have to offer to you. Nothing. I'm very sad and scared and confused. And then also too, everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't talk, you know, if you talk then they can incriminate you on stuff, or the more you talk. I don't care how much I talk. I still feel like I'm pretty innocent in all of this, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't do anything wrong, and I don't understand it. So, and then people tell me, well, that is illegal, certain aspects of stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, they abused me. Yeah, they didn't give me a public defender in the first instance in my divorce, and I was disabled. Like, oh, all these things are illegal. Oh, okay, gotcha. So they just took advantage of me, and they just left me for dead. Oh, and then they put me on a bunch of psych meds so that I would try to kill myself. Oh, because they didn't want their secrets coming out. Oh, okay. And they say I'm paranoid. Right? I mean, like, they're literally paranoid to the point where they would kill me off. All these people. That's scary. That's scary. You guys need to own up to your perversions. Own up to your sick ways and the way that you think and stuff. Not good. Let's see here. So, thank you so much, Teresa. That's very kind of you. I mean, crazy is subjective. You know, people think I'm crazy for opening up to everyone. People think I'm crazy for divulging so much private information. And I'm thinking, no, I'm saving myself as best I can with all I have, which is my freedom of speech. So, I don't want to ask for child support. I don't want that. I think that's terrible. I think if the father didn't want anything to do with it, then he shouldn't have anything to do with it and stay away. There's no reason for anybody to get involved. If that's how you're going to see it, is that I'm the issue, go away. You're terrible. You're monsters. I'll run away with the baby so that he has nothing to do with it. Thank you for the donation. It's the truth, though. And it's like, and people don't understand where I'm coming from because they think I'm trying to manipulate the situation or whatever. I'm not. You stay away from me. I love you from a distance and whatever. Is he deleting people that are donating to me? That's weird. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't really want donations. I mean, it's not even about that. And right now I have money to sustain myself for a few days, so it's not really even a big deal. But I do appreciate the donations when they come in. And please don't delete people that are doing stuff that are nice. But then again, too, I don't want to have to repay anyone or the universe. So I feel weird about things that are offered to me or given to me. I have a weird mentality. I've always had that. I don't understand why people abuse me. I don't get it. But then I guess I do, because people don't understand me. And they think that I'm weaker because I just let people get away with things. I'm like, no, I'm not weaker. That just makes me stronger because I knew better. And also, too, they're fucked. Like, that's why I just tell people. That's why I go along with stuff. If that's what you want to perceive, if that's what you want to tell me, or whatever, if that's your reality, then that's cool. Like the father of this baby. I told him how upset I was. I was like, And then he said, we're never gonna see each other again. Dun dun dun. That was 5 days after the incident. And he was absolutely right. We are never gonna see each other again. And that hurts me so badly because I don't even want to see him. After him not being around for the pregnancy or anything, that's so sad. I don't really like to be so mean to people. I don't really like to be so like cut you off forever type thing, because if you needed me, I would be there, you know? That's kind of how my family is too, where it's like, yeah, fuck you. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you needed my help? Okay, yeah, I'll be there for you, you know? So I don't give a shit that I talked about that dream about my brother getting fucked in the ass. Like, I don't care. He did it to himself by pushing me, and I caught it on video, and him snatching my phone. You need some time out, sir. I call him a boy, and he flips out. Get over yourself. Learn how to deal with words. And get off the fucking drugs. I'm making you crazy. Call me crazy. Whatever. Saying I'm crazy. No. And I detoxed and everything, and I'm not on any medicine. I'm not on anything aside from marijuana and vitamins. I know, I'm having some foul language this evening. I'm just upset. I'm trying to be positive. I do push people away. Why? Why do I push people away? I know why. Because I don't want to get emotionally involved because it hurts. We're already going on an hour and a half of this though, so I've got to get off of here. But there was nothing really else that I wanted to convey aside from some of these messages that I had. Oh, and then somebody was saying messages too on there about, let me see, what else? Why does everyone think that he paid for a plan B? Is that what he's telling you? Oh, and somebody did make a comment that said that he can't really talk right now because it's what his attorney had told him. And that makes perfect sense, because if he had to get an attorney for all of this, then he knows he's guilty. And that's sad, because then now he got to know who the real Leticia is, I'm sure, through being able to watch all this shit if he wanted to, and realize you really did fuck with somebody that was innocent. You really did hurt somebody, really, you know, hardcore like that. You make her cry, and she's probably carrying your kid, and like, that's mean. You're a cruel person. You're evil. And because you had someone else around Christmas, and I tried to give you a gift, instead you didn't want it. You didn't want it. And I was like, oh, it's not a gift. Oh, you're right. It's not a gift. He's not a gift. He's just trouble. He's the opposite of a gift. He's a curse. I never anticipated having to see him again. That's why when I just told myself he'll get his karma after December 9th, and I went to the emergency room to try to file, you know, like after 3 hours, I was just fed up with it. I was like, whatever, he'll get his karma. And then I ended up pregnant, and I thought, why am I part of the karma? Why am I part of his karma? Why does this have to be? Why do I have to suffer for 9 months or so to try to, you know, create life for someone that hates me, that wanted nothing to do with me aside from one night, you know? That's very hard, because he knew I wasn't that type of girl. He knew that I was being good. He knew that I wasn't being overly flirtatious. And I'm very sad. Why would baby choose him as the father? Why would December 4th be worth fathering this child, you know? Yes, I do want this baby, but people do make me too upset to admit any of that. That's actually very true. My CPTSD does cause a lot of these issues. And that's where I try to explain to people I was misdiagnosed. You're not seeing that. You're seeing me as bipolar, like you can't trust my words or actions. That's completely untrue. I'm very self-disciplined. I'm very organized. I'm very credible. And most people don't want to see that because of my record. And that's where I was talking to that guy too earlier, and he was making it out to be like he can't be, you know, called out, can't share his name, can't, you know, expose any of that. The baby is not damned by my words. The baby is damned by the actions of its father. I tried to protect the baby, and then they put me in jail, and then all of this got even worse. Karma and curses are truly a thing. It's about energy. It's not technically like whatever the words are. It's just about the energy and the flow of nature. So, yeah, everything can be considered both a curse and a blessing at the same time as well. And people don't see that. They're like, well, no, babies are nothing but blessings. Until you realize that if that baby is ripped away from you, that it's a curse, that you had to love something so immensely, and to have it ripped away from you, that's awful. Okay. So people just like to say things. I like that when people argue on here, and I'm like, ooh, who's the one that's in the right and who's the one that's in the wrong? And like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's just a lot of fun. I need to get off of here though. I mean, I don't expect donations. I appreciate them, though. It really does help. And I do need to try to do, like, paying my car payment and stuff so I can worry about all that crap. But I'm very worried. I'm very kind of concerned. And I don't know if I should talk to my dad or not. Oh, well, good, IAL. I'm glad about that. But I think that people say this stuff so that I can relay this stuff, so that they can take excerpts of my videos, so that they can try to use it against me and twist my words. So that's why people get me to comment on things, because they know I'm so naive. I just repeat things. See, there's thank you for the donation. Because they like to catch me on these things so that they can manipulate it for everyone else. And that's why I know they know I'm innocent, because I'm not trying to get anything over on anybody. I want to keep this baby, but I don't really want to keep it without a dad to it, and I don't want to ever think about the dad just running around having more kids and being allowed to do that. That's not fair to us females that are stuck with a random kid all of a sudden, and like our bodies destroyed, our lives are destroyed. We're just side chicks for the fucking fathers. No, I don't want to be a side chick. Fuck that. That's insane. I want to be the fucking main dish, bitch. That's funny. I say that with my big ass belly. That's disgusting. And some people are like, oh no, pregnant women are so hot, and like, oh. And I'm just like, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Ugh. I wish I could be with the father right now. I wish. And I know that sounds crazy, because it's like, it's not like he got physically violent with me. Well, sexually, that's still physical. But he didn't hit me. And so then I think about that, and I'm just like, well, as long as you don't hit me. And then I think about, like, and that sounds crazy, because I should stand up for myself. I should have more self-respect than that. But then I'm aroused by it. Why? Why am I so confused? Why? And I have no one to talk to about this, so that's why I just openly talk about it and hope that other people will explain to me why. Why is my life so fucked up? For real, please. Like, I want a family so badly, and I feel like this is not the way to create a family. Who does this? I know that I could eventually have like a father to the baby, and you know, I could just use the guy for the child support, but that's not what I was looking for or intending from a child. And like, how am I supposed to jumpstart? And people are like, well, if you get a child, then you get housing, then you get this, you get that. They'll help you with this, they'll help you with funds with that. No! It's not the point, it's the principle of the thing. And if he was already married too, I'm even more horrified. I cannot even imagine how fucking ashamed this baby is going to be knowing the way he was fucking conceived and everything like that. How fucking terrible. He is not going to be proud of his dad because he's going to come from me and he's going to hear it from my side and be like, oh my God, you hurt my mom. Like, that's my mom. So, don't be crazy. People are crazy. I love the idea, though, that he's the little boy. I thought that was cute. I told the father, I think it's a boy, from the very beginning. He probably thought I was fucking crazy. He probably thought it wasn't his. He probably is like waiting. He's like, oh shit, when's the day gonna come where they're gonna tell me, like, hey, you've got a son? No. Don't tell him. Keep him away from me. Just tell me about it, and that's it. And then we won't get anybody else involved because everybody wants to mistreat me. I would like to know. I'm not saying I don't. Of course, everybody's curious. And then curiosity kills the cat. So then I'm just like, ooh, maybe I don't want to know? Like, don't care. Like, I go in between all the time. And people think that that's unstable. No, it's completely being stable because I'm looking at it from a perspective. So, just because I weigh in, and I'm not trying to be manipulative at all. I just see it from a wide range. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Okay, but no, seriously. Seriously. Come on. Like, who doesn't just have the father own up to this shit? I should be cuddling my husband right now. Not fucking waiting around for some bastard child and being scared in my car. I should be in somebody's bed, which is my husband, which, you know, that's how I thought it was going to go down the next time I had a baby. That he was going to be there and be like rubbing on my belly the way my ex-husband didn't. The way my ex-husband didn't dote on me, didn't want shit to do with me because I was overweight and just swollen and gross. I am gross. I'm gross and I'm sad, and people see that and they see that they can prey upon me, and they do. And I knew that. So I tried to avoid it. But you can't always avoid people because sometimes you want to reach out and sometimes you want to believe the best in what they're saying. But no, sometimes. Thank you. Thanks for calling me not gross. It makes me feel a little bit better. I think that it was irreplaceable too. Like, you can't replace the love that I offered my Tootsie. And then they took her away anyway because they didn't see it from anybody else's perspective. And I thought, did you not do the investigation? Did you not look into all of the programs that I went to with my daughter and like for my daughter so that you knew that I wasn't doing any of whatever they're saying? And also, they're the ones that got violent with me, but then the record stated I was the one, it was allegedly I assaulted them, 2 family members. I'm sorry, what? I want to kill somebody. Who the fuck said that? Because I didn't fight back at all. I was on all this fucking hydrocodone from the dentist. Didn't want to fight. Didn't want to argue. Was stressed the fuck out. I'm always mistreated. Why? Why is this stuff happening to me? I swear to God. And I told everyone, you could sue for that. But since I don't have the money to sue, then that makes the difference. It makes the world of difference. Because then nobody cares. They're like, oh, she's not going to file proceedings? We don't have to do anything. And if she can't get the money to file proceedings, that's even better. That's why we keep her without money. That's why they stole my iPhone. Who does that? I spent $500 on that iPhone. And then when I got taken to the psych ward that day that I got naked in the storage unit, they took it away from me. And when I went to go back to look for that extra set of keys and that iPhone, is I still have the case for it, so I still have the numbers for it. I have the proof that I had purchased it, and through the AT&T store. So they know exactly where that fucking phone is. There's always a way of finding out. So I'm very upset. Why would you take this stuff from me? Why would you take my curling iron and my straightener? That was a $100 straightener that I had for many years that was offered to me as a gift. I take care of my stuff. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I'm pretty grateful though. I don't mind going without things because I know there are so many others in the world that have it so much worse. I see it all the time. Like I was telling you about that family outside of the cafe, and then I was cut off from being able to disclose what I had seen, and one of the, they had a little baby with them, and it was like a couple of females, maybe just one, and a bunch of men, and the female was obviously the mom to the baby, and the baby was toddling around, so she was probably between 1 and 2 years old. I would say about 1.5 years old. And she was walking around, but all she had on was a white onesie, and it was covered in stains, and she was holding a handful of coins. And all I wanted to do was just, give them money. I also didn't want to be disrespectful by offering the money, because you never know if they're fine and they're just there, so that's one thing. But they looked like they needed assistance, and I wish I could have offered it in some way or another. And the little baby had this crazy curly hair that was sticking up all kind of like matted, like when I was a kid, when I first started getting hair. And yeah, I saw so much of that, and I thought, wow. And I just had a meal, and I spent, even with tax, and it was for my breakfast, or with tax and as well as tip, was $17. And I thought, wow, like if the things are getting pricey, I understand that. I splurge on myself. I'm very spoiled. I get these things, $9 for 2 shakes. I know how fortunate I am. I know how blessed I am, and that's why I try to offer back when I can, and also to just sit down and listen to people here and there. But and that's why when people are like, well, you complain too much. Well, this is my personal life. This is my personal story. I want it to be better than what it is. I don't want to end up, reverting back to that where I've got a little toddler on my hip that's covered in, food stains and dirty. No, I would never. Like, no thank you. Like, even with my daughter, I had all the amenities for her, and all the extras, the changing table, the crib, all these things I got through donation or finding on clearance, or just happenstance. In the really nice changing table that I had, that was nice wood, solid and sturdy, it was like a $120, I think, changing table that I had gotten for $20 over at the furniture factory outlet. And I just looked around for the things because I had to make sure that I had everything situated for my Tootsie. And I always made sure. And my ex-husband didn't put in a lot of that. I placed in a lot of the effort because I thought, it's our money, taking care of the baby. I didn't have any issues with offering every bit of what I had. And that's why, like, I don't know, sometimes I do worry because somebody said something and they gave me one of their, I don't know why they have transcripts of discussing me. Sometimes they discuss me in whatever transcripts and whatever forum that they have. I don't know what it's called. It starts with a D. I can't remember what it's called. But so these people talk about me sometimes, and somebody said something about there's going to be somebody that tries to kidnap me because they're so in love with me, they're gonna try to kidnap me. And I thought, that's funny. Like, that's really funny. You guys are so weird. Why would you say weird stuff like that? I don't think anybody really would. They know I have a ping on my phone. They know it would be very difficult to get away with, just like, unless they were some part of the authorities, which that frightens me even more, because I'm like, oh my God, what if they were? Because that's horrifying. And I know that they experiment on people and people disappear randomly. And I'm like, oh my God, is that going to be me? Is that going to be me one day? Oh my God. You're very sweet. Thank you, Teresa. Aw. Yes, but I don't want to look for any more, Reese. Good night. Sleep tight. Yes, I need to get off of here too. You're right. I don't really know about looking for more resources. I'm kind of like really upset about that. I'm like, well, own up to what you've done. I wouldn't have been looking for this many resources had I not had another Tootsie to fucking care for. Jesus Christ. So, I hope everyone is having a good week though. Start to your week. And I love you all very much. I know if nobody will notice, but then that's why I'm like, well, that's why I chronicle every day. That's why I make sure to send photos every day, take pictures, and that's why I did it too when I would get dressed up and before meeting any cuddlers or anything. I always made sure that I had evidence of what I looked like and that it was posted publicly and that if I disappeared, that's how it went. So, and I would tell them, everything can be tracked and traced, and we all know that in this day and age, you know? And I understand it's kind of manipulative, where it's like, okay, they thought they could get away with something. Well, excuse me, what? Did you not realize that everything is recorded now? Everything is, you know, trackable? Oh, thank you. You stay safe also. I love you guys very much, and I'm going to get off of here. I hope I don't get snatched up. I hope that I have, like, enough money to maintain myself and, like, sustain all of what's going on. He would have to know that he was born from a rape unless the father does right by the situation, which I don't see happening anytime soon because everybody says their nonsense of their paperwork. Fuck your paperwork and your court shit. I swear to God, if we had him talking to me, then he would be with his dick between his legs. Oh, you're right. Oops. Like, and I would love to get that on fucking film. Our conversation. You told me we would never see each other again. Here we fucking are, bitch. I know I'm not supposed to be that disrespectful, and I'm sure that if I called him a bitch to his face, he'd want to punch me. But I don't care. Fuck you. I don't care. We'll fucking get it out, and then what? Makeup sex. Makeup sex. No. No! Don't touch me. You're a filthy animal. Thank you, everybody, for being so supportive. What would the father have to be doing to do some, what is it? What would the father have to do to be doing right? Well, he would have to at least talk to me. He would actually have to face me and to tell me, like, hey, guess what? Oops. Like, I'm sorry I didn't get you that plan B that you were wanting so badly. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just went through hell and gave birth to your fucking kid. And you were nowhere to be seen because you were busy and, you know, what, 8-9 inches deep in someone else. So, yeah, I don't know. I know, when you're celibate, it's so much better. That's why I was trying to just keep to myself. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate that. What does that mean? What's IP2? So, anyway, I love you guys very much, and I hope you're having a good day. And I hope people stop being so crazy. And I love you very much, and I hope that you get proper amounts of mental help and, you know, work on yourself and your overall health and well-being, trying to do positive things every day. I tried today. Not much happened. I think I'm gonna go get a hydro massage at one of these locations. I have to drive, but I'm like, whatever. That's my life, and my feet end up swollen because I have to sit so much. I don't like this at all. I just want to lay down and somebody feed me grapes. Somebody feed me grapes. and vegan cheese. Vegan cheese. And some figs. A hydro massage is where like the water jets are inside of the massage bed, and the jets are putting pressure on your body, and like the vibration is supposed to be some type of massage and release for your muscles. It's better than nothing. Like, I don't have anyone massaging me, and I don't intend to have just some random dudes, even though I had that homeless guy, which, what the hell, and he wasn't like that unattractive, but then it's completely, what is the word, repulsive when they start talking to me in such a manner. It's completely disgusting. God bless everyone. God bless everyone. So, I love you guys very much, and thanks for listening, and thanks for talking to me, because I'm very scared and lonely and sad, all of it all at once. I don't know what to do. I didn't eat more than just that stuff earlier today. I'm starting to not want to eat, and I know that that's also a sign of labor, that I'm gonna end up like the weird, I'm scared, I just want somebody with me, I want the fucking asshole father to be a good guy, and I want him to do right by this baby, and even if that's just like helping it pass into the world, which is crazy because I shouldn't be so considerate. I shouldn't be so considerate. I shouldn't be so understanding, and I shouldn't be so, like, I wouldn't say I'm submissive as much as I am just sort of like to compromise, and I don't mind that. But that's not compromise when you just leave me for 9 fucking months. What is wrong with you, you piece of trash? Ugh. And then I get upset because he gets upset, and he's like, don't talk like that, mother. Don't talk like that. I wouldn't be here without him. That's gross. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You wouldn't be here. Like, it wouldn't be a hassle for me. I wouldn't be screaming about this. I wouldn't be hormonal. I wouldn't be angry. I wouldn't be stressed the fuck out to this extreme. It's all the father's fault, not mine. I love you. I love you. I need to calm the fuck down. I love everybody. I do have enough for a room, so I need to... Did you really send that? No way you did. I'll have to check it. Sometimes I don't get notices on my donation thing. If I do have the money for a room, I'm totally gonna go for a room, even though it's late, because I can't do this right now. I can't get in and out of the fucking car. It's getting rough. It's getting very rough. I'm scared. I'm very scared. Sometimes I feel guilty just for being kind. Sometimes I feel guilty because then people think I'm stupid. And I'm not, like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. People are crazy. Yeah, I should go get a hydro massage. It is so good, especially with some of the gyms that offer it free as part of the package. That's the only way I get them, is through my insurance, being able to allot it. I hope I'll be able to get a room. I'm very tired. Yes, I live in my car. I've been living in my car for almost 2 years now. And I was doing okay. But yeah, maybe I will go back online if I get a room. Then I'll have less stress. But it is already pretty late. It's 9 p.m. and normally I just try to refrain so that I don't splurge, because, you know, check-in is at 3 p.m. and it would be a waste for me, in my mind, to get a room. Just might as well, you know, find places to urinate and stuff and sleep without anybody hurting me. And then I go to get a room, because I try not to overindulge, and I've never really been able to get rooms like that before. So anyway, I love you guys very much, and thank you so much for taking care of me and my emotional well-being too. I'm very glad that this was a positive feed. It has a lot to do with the fact that I'm placing some positivity out there. I get that. That's the flow of nature, the flow of energy. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a wonderful week, and thank you for spending time with me. I hope that you've all stayed hydrated, as well as, you know, worked on yourselves a little bit today. I have to go though, and I know you guys keep talking. I like to spend time with people, but not all the time. Like, he moves sometimes and it startles me, and it's gotten to the point where he's so big that, like, the shift is really weird, the whole thing. I tried to dance a little bit yesterday, just spun around, checked my balance. It worked out okay. I didn't pop out any baby yet, so hopefully it'll be okay. I do need to do some squats though, just in preparation. Something's going on. I gotta go use the restroom. What the fuck? Uh-oh. I think it's just pee though. I'm gonna go try to find a bathroom. I love you guys very much. Have a wonderful week. Today is August 22nd, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. I'm 38 and a half weeks pregnant right now. Bye-bye.